The following program is for adult audiences only.
This is
Eric and Gord, what if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
That's really good stuff. Anyway, hi
I
there.
just like the taste.
Happy Tuesday. February something, 20 something. I'm Eric. Talking at you from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. And I got no intro. I'm sad about that. I'll rewrite one, I swear.
I'll give it to you next episode.
I got nothing for you guys. I got distracted. I had like 3, and then I mushed them together, and they didn't make sense, and nothing was good. But you know, this show's falling apart anyway. What difference does it make?
We don't even know what day it is anymore.
Not a clue. That's why I posted that. I put together that clip show for the little commercial there, because I'm like,
Really
this is so honest. This should be the intro to the video show. And I like that it's just like me being a jackass. Then it cuts right into the news thing. That's all like that news graphic that looks all professional.
Yeah, we had a bit of a laugh watching that.
I've reposted it with some nice background music and stuff. So
Oh, cool. Okay.
it's a little bit better. I posted it today. I edited. Oh, and I put some more like captions over it, made it better. So you guys can find that on YouTube and or Facebook. It is on both. It is actually on YouTube. It's just a little, and there's a new Irregardless commercial floating around too
Regardless.
that you guys can see. What's going on? More people messaging me. Stop messaging me. I'm in no mood
on a
for your
show.
messages. I don't know why these people don't understand what a podcast is. And like, no, I can't chat while I do it.
Talking about not getting the point at all.
In our little groups, our Facebook groups. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends. I got asked a question in one of our Facebook groups today. It was like, how long do you guys normally record? And I said, till the end of the episode. Jeez. Like,
That's a stupid question. I'm not
seems
gonna stop
fairly
halfway
obvious to
through.
me.
Just leave
So-
it blank for the next fucking 20 minutes after.
I'm helpful. I thought that was funny. That's my best answer of the week.
I actually had one of those things come up where they're asking advice about a podcast, and how do I know, or I don't know, something about like what advice do you have for somebody starting up? And I went to type in "don't suck," and I ended up literally just falling asleep when I typed it.
Nice.
So I woke up and the post was gone. Like I couldn't, I just wouldn't come back up again. And I'm like, son of a bitch! I wonder what I was going to type. Well, I actually ended up finding the post, and when I opened up the comment, my comment was still sort of sitting there, like ready for me to enter it. And yeah, it was just a whole bunch of D's and F's and J's.
Yeah, I've sent one of those. I sent I posted a very long string of A's to a group. I don't know how long it went on, like the whole time I was sleeping, I guess.
It's so fucking randomly funny when that shit happens.
That's what used to be spamming back in the day when all this shit first started.
Yeah.
When you would, because you could shut down a chat room doing that. Because if you flooded it too much, you could like fuck up the chat room. I used to do it for fun. I didn't realize like it was a big thing.
The most hated man in the early days of the internet.
Oh, I totally was. But I hated it right back, like just as much. Because the first chat room I was in, I was like, oh, what kind of crazy place are you in? I'm chatting with someone weird in the world. And they were like 4 blocks from me. I was like, fuck this shit.
This is bullshit.
That's not cool at all. You're like right around the corner.
There's no fun in this at all.
That's not fun. It is if in like a dating, when you're on like a dating site and you're like, so where are you? And they're like, oh, I'm right next door. You're like, fucking dope.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when you go on the dating sites, it's never like that. It's always, oh, I'm 7 towns over. Oh,
Yeah, I always connect. I connect always with someone in the Pacific Northwest. It's always like Portland or Washington State or like in that area. And I'm like, why can you not be in fucking Canada ever?
I had that once with the on the dating sites when I was out in BC. I got a great conversation with this chick, and I was telling my buddy Brian about, I'm like, yeah, fucking met this chick on this dating site. She's really nice, fucking pretty. She's she's cute, and just really, really nice. We get along really well. He's like, right on. He goes, where does she live? I'm like, fuck, I didn't even ask. I said, hey, so where about she live? She goes, I'm in New York. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's what happened with well, I'm not. It doesn't matter, Michelle. If you're listening, hey, we're still together. You haven't ever broken up with me.
I'm taking half your stuff.
Because she said she lived in Vancouver, and I was like, dope. And we were chatting about that forever. It took us months to figure out it's two different fucking Vancouvers.
In two different countries.
She's in Vancouver, Washington. I'm in Vancouver, not Washington. I was like, fucking hell, you could have mentioned that. She's like, well, I never say Vancouver, Washington. I never have to. Well, now you do.
And now you got to come up here and visit me.
That's why. Yeah, and she couldn't. She probably could have, but I don't know. Whatever. Still hasn't called. Still hasn't broken up with me. And we've tried this shit like 3 times. When I first got to Kelowna, we were all chatting again. I was like, dope, I could actually come visit you. Then she stopped texting me.
Because that's not a sign.
I was like, all right, well, whatever. It's the 3rd time. Like, she does that. As soon as I start showing interest, she fucks off. Usually I just treat her like crap, and then she keeps texting, I just miss you. I just want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, cool, let's talk. She's like, no. Women are weird. Women, I just thought I'd let you know, you're weird. In case you don't know, you're weird. I found a use for the masks today, everybody. So I will say, for the time being, keep your masks on, because it's like minus 18 around here, and they help.
It's true. I make that fucking joke. I'm thinking, I'm right thankful to have this mask right now.
It keeps my face warm. Other than that, it's still useless. I don't care about COVID. I wear a scarf and just be as good, but I don't own a scarf.
I had one made for me for Christmas.
I've never really owned a scarf, and I've never been good at wearing a scarf. You got to be a certain type of dude to wear a scarf, I think. To be a scarf dude. I am not one.
No. That's how I feel about hats.
Certain guys can wear certain things that other guys can't wear. Like scarves. Some guys look pimp in them. Yeah. Vests. Vests are a really good example. I tried to do the vest thing because I saw Justin Timberlake, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to start wearing vests. And I look stupid. I just look retarded. I do not look like Timberlake. Which, like, normally I do so much that I was surprised that I didn't in this scenario. Because normally I
was a little surprised when I went to a wedding and I wore a bow tie, and I've never worn a bow tie a day in my life, and so I wore one off of a very heavily requested.
And did you look exactly like Principal Weatherby?
I kind of did. Can't lie, but I got I got so much attention that night. It's like when you put on a bow tie, people just flock to you. It's weird. It's the weirdest attention getter. People just assume you must be outrageous and you must be very personable, or you must be something if you're willing to put one on and wear it.
They thought you were Dave Thomas from Wendy's.
Well, I eat there enough. Might as well be.
Dave? No. Have you seen Archie? I'm not Principal Weatherby.
Jesus Christ, come on. I'm not that old.
I don't know why you would look like Principal Weatherby. I just assume you would.
Well, he's overweight, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, not anymore, probably. I think he's probably dead.
I would have to assume he's dead.
I don't know. Archie got a weird. I don't know. I never saw the principal in the TV show. I don't know if the teachers are on that show. I never really watched it.
Oh.
That Riverdale show.
No, I never watched it.
I auditioned for it and did not get on. But I never watched it. Hey, if you're on Riverdale, send us an email, gwynethpaltrowsvagina@gmail.com. Tell us all about it. Tell us if the teachers are on it and why we should watch it.
And why didn't you hire Eric?
And then be a cast member on our show. Because it would be cool to have your cast on our show. Got a couple
Unlike your show, we won't reject you.
Exactly, because we're not on the WB.
That's
the
right.
WB, the rejection station.
The why bother station.
Couple of guests coming up next week, kids, or in the next couple of weeks. We got on the 21st, Billy Thorpe, internet podcasting guru. He's going to teach us what's wrong with our show and make it better and make us rich. So that'll be very interesting. That's February 21st. And then we got another guy, Bruce, coming to join us. He hasn't got back with a date yet, but whenever he wants to, he's going to be on, and he's going to talk about nice, pleasant things, I think, which would be a cool change around here.
It's been a while since we've had positive conversations.
I don't remember one in a long time, except when I'm positively hating something.
Yeah, exactly.
So stick around for that, kids. It's going to get good. This show's about to get good. This summer's going to be fun. We are doing all kinds of shenanigans. There's going to be a lot of Eric on the street annoying Kelowna citizens. We're going to start the review show coming up right away, where Gordon and I will review whatever you want. Doesn't matter. It's a car or a movie or an album or a fucking food you ate, or you just tell us what to review and we'll fucking try it and review it. And
Your
let
favorite
you know.
tree.
Your favorite tree? We'll tell you
We'll
if it's a
fucking
good
review
tree.
a tree.
If you want it, we'll settle the debate, cake versus pie. I don't care, whatever you want.
That's an easy one. Easy.
I made that big Eric and Gord approved sticker, and I want to use it. I sent you that, right?
Yeah,
You
did.
can start. I put that on posts instead of liking things now. I put Eric and Gord approved.
I will start using that.
People like it. People think it's great. It's better than a like. It's like a more personal than a like when someone posts something. It's like, this post is Eric and Gord approved.
And we don't just play that lightly. No, that means something.
Oh no, yeah, I wouldn't just fucking whip that out. It's not a penis. I don't go showing it to everybody. Man, Maryland individual son is getting fucked up. Dumped by his manager, dumped by his record company, more women coming forward. Oh, just total. The Me Too bus is in full gear, taking that poor guy down. I feel terrible for him. I really do.
Yeah. What's the latest one? He took an upskirt photo of me once.
Yeah, probably. He's Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
And I bet you he told you he was going to do it before he did it, and you probably paused and gave him a spot.
Well, it's not helping that rape video came out with that chick, Del Rey. Who's that singer?
Lasagna Del Rey?
Something like that. Yeah, there's a video, like this rape video they made with the guy who made Hostel, Eli Roth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be part of a video, but nothing ever became of it. Like, it was going to be a music video, but it never got produced or whatever. But so now there's like these violent rape scenes just on video that someone's leaked. That's not helping his case much.
No shit.
But it was just like it's an acting, like it's an act. It's not real.
Yeah.
But yeah, the poor
I just
guy.
love that apparently she's all offended because apparently one time he referred to her as Lasagna Del Rey.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Why wouldn't you?
He insulted me. I'm like this really name calling. Now you're calling that out as part of it. Give me a fuck. Come on.
Yep. Once it starts, it just goes and goes and goes. There's no stopping that once it starts snowballing.
Yeah.
So don't worry, Maryland individual son. You'll always have a fan here. And you're more than welcome to come on the show and plead your case anytime you want.
Yeah. You have an open forum here.
It sucks that this is all taking place in the same year you're being forced to change your name by me.
I don't think he'd do this show specifically just for that reason.
Because I will call
You'll
him
be
Maryland.
referred to me as what?
Well, you can't be man-son anymore. That's just not appropriate.
If he wants to know why this stuff is happening, that's why.
Yeah, well,
it's Manson.
You go by Manson. That's fucking archaic, sexist behavior. Can't just be man-son.
God.
See,
That's
Maryland.
that's like a double negative. That just doesn't work.
Marilyn of no specific gender, son.
Oh man, because it's funny because all of a sudden when you make up anything with the son, they just think of like Anderson, and it's just all of a sudden it's just you don't feel that threatening anymore, Marilyn.
It really,
Anderson.
Anders' son is presumptuous. It's got to be Anders' child.
Yes,
Because you
yeah,
can't,
I guess you're right.
you can't be Anders' son. So yeah, you don't have to be individual. You could be Marilyn man-child. You could go with that. Individual
Man-child?
son, or yeah, I guess you can't do man-child.
Individual child.
Marilyn individual child's gonna have to be your name. Sorry,
It kind of rolls though. It's not bad.
Marilyn individual child. Not quite the same impact though. I don't think he would have sold many records in the '90s with that.
I don't know. I have a feeling that people like Epstein would have been like, "I'll fund this."
I wonder how many
What's he
people
talking about?
gave a crap about Charles Manson without, like, our age. I mean, not people who were like around when that shit happened. But how many people would have cared had it not been for Axl Rose and his Charlie Manson endorsements? I think he probably helped a lot. Getting people that are interested in Charles Manson. I know I wanted one of those shirts, those Charlie Don't Surf shirts. I wanted one of those so bad. He was asking stupid money for them, but I wanted one. They're like $50 or something. I wasn't going to pay $50 for a t-shirt, but I thought it was fucking brilliant. Because I had just watched like Apocalypse Now right around the time he started doing that. So I got the reference. Because it's a reference from Apocalypse Now, where they're on the beach and the guy's going surfing, and he's like, "What about Charlie?" He's like, "Charlie don't surf." Because they called the Viet Cong Charlie.
That's right.
Yeah, it was funny. Anyway, Gord has some news, kids, and I'm just going to babble on about stupid crap. And I'm going to play a clip from something I really think is brilliant. But let's do some Gord news, and we'll do some on this day in history if we can, too.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you know this, but the UK,
I do. Guaranteed I do.
for a while, you probably do, had a big arms thing where they weren't going to sell arms to Saudi Arabia.
Because they were growing penises on them?
Probably. The British are known for growing dicks on things.
On arms. That dude
On
was
arms.
growing a dick on his arm.
Literally. His arms. But yeah, they weren't going to be selling any weapons. Well, they just they changed that.
Really?
And they said, okay, no, we're allowed to sell it. And since they've done that, they've exported nearly $1.9 billion to Saudi Arabia between July and September of last year.
In cash or weapons?
In weapons.
Yeah, it's a good thing nothing bad's getting, like, they're not preparing for anything in the Middle East. That's good to know.
No, not at all.
Saudi Arabia's arming, Israel's fucking frothing at the mouth. My prediction's coming true, kids. Anyway,
it's just...
and so the British, like, no, we're not going to sell them arms. Oh, wait, there's $1 billion on the table? Yeah, buddy, we'll sell you whatever you want.
Yeah, it's actually $2 billion, man. Bring it on. Fuck human rights. Nobody
No,
cares.
was that like the British wouldn't sell them stuff, or the European Union wouldn't sell them stuff, and now because of Brexit they can?
Well, I don't know. Brexit's not even mentioned on this one.
Yeah.
Just basically, there's just UK named weapons. For longest time, they were just for longest time they was under like this weapons ban. They said no, we're not going to do it.
Yeah, but that's good. That's great. I think that's a good ban to have.
I fully agree. And apparently they turned around and they said, yeah, no, we're going to do it because we want a whole bunch more money.
Yeah, see, what happens when you get into those kind of situations, though, is you end up like America, where America sold a bunch of weapons to Afghanistan to protect Americans from Iranians. And then the Afghanis turned around and used them all to kill Americans.
Yep.
That's a bad thing. And Britain, it's not gonna, like, you think they're not gonna, you're not making an ally by selling them weapons. They'll
No,
probably
you're-
end up getting
you're-
used against us at some point. You're just
Yeah.
arming the enemy. Which
I love this.
kind of
the
seems like
article
you guys
said-
are doing it on purpose. Like, we're going to start a war now. That will save
Look,
a lot
I
of
promise
money.
you won't hit us, but you'll hit the Americans. We'll say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, that promise, they don't promise things, and they're not known for keeping their promises, is what I'm trying to say.
No. Unless you're Allah. No.
The promises aren't like black boxes. The Iranians won't just keep them.
When Al Jazeera had contacted the Department for International Trade for a comment on the criticisms going against the government, a spokesperson for the told them that the UK operates one of the most comprehensive export control regimes in the world. The government takes its export responsibilities seriously and rigorously assesses all export licenses in accordance with strict licensing criteria.
Clearly.
We will not issue any export licenses where to do so would be inconsistent with these criteria. Yeah, and what are the criteria? Oh, I see you didn't mention that.
Yeah, no, then that'll be very hush-hush.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know what? That just reminded me of tonight's show's intro, and that pisses me off. It was going to be, this show is brought to you by the Canadian Council for Truth in Advertising. We literally do nothing.
At all.
I'm all about advertising right now.
Yeah, that's it.
And truth. That's fucking crazy. And kids, be scared. There is a storm of brewing in the Middle East, and it is going to be
big's
fucking
coming.
epic when it happens. Everyone over there is
9/11 was something. You wait.
I
Just
don't
wait.
think this is going to cross the sea. I think it's going to be over there. Because the fight is not against America. It's really against each other, but everyone's taking sides. They're drawing lines in the sand, and it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to make it over here. It might in small little cells. There could be some terrorist activity, but there won't be like in a big invasion of North America. So it's not economically really possible. But there'll be
I
some.
don't know.
big
They know
over
how
there.
to do things pretty cheaply. So I think they could do with the help of the internet. I think they could very easily do a very simple, coordinated effort and hit the entire planet at once.
Nah, they don't. They're not that organized. If they were, they would have by now. That's why 9/11 was as small as it was. They're not organized enough to do anything bigger than that. Luckily,
Very fucking luckily.
and that was very expensive. They had to send those cats to pilot school and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, I hope you're wrong. There will be. You're right in a small level. Like there will be individual attacks, definitely. I mean, like American Muslims will go crazy
Yeah.
and do some shit. It's always some big fat white fucking incel who gets caught and fucking. I was militarized by the Al Qaeda.
I
You're
saw a
just-
video on YouTube once and it led me down the rabbit hole.
You're just a lonely. Yeah, quit with that analogy too. Fuck, I'm sick of that rabbit hole shit. Fuck, read the book. It doesn't even make sense, you idiots.
It's a horrible fucking reference.
It's a horrible book, to be honest. I don't enjoy it. I never really have. And it gets referenced way too much. But anyway, yeah. These poor Muslims. They're always like these just lonely motherfuckers. They can't get girls, so they become Muslim or incels or join whatever group will have them. Usually some sick racist group.
Yep.
Like, just go to a whore. Get a robot. Get a sex robot. Fuck.
You can slap it around, it's not going to complain.
You can do whatever you want to your sex robot. If I could afford one, I'd have 10 of them.
Set them all to just love each other.
But unfortunately, they are very expensive. I was just looking recently again. I can't even get a cheap one for less than $3,000.
Get a knockoff. Do you really want to put your dick in something that'd be a knockoff, though? I mean, like,
No, I really don't. But I'm just too impatient to save up the money.
I mean, if something goes wrong with that, I don't think your dick wants to be anywhere near it.
I got an STD from my fake woman.
It comes with herpes.
Comes with herpes. Now with extra crabs. That's not a selling point.
Sorry, how did you wear it? Therapies?
Don't. Oh yeah, sorry, therapies. I apologize. I slipped up there.
I had to read that so many times before I understood what the fuck you were saying.
Boyfriend gave you a case of therapies. That makes it sound a lot more like amicable, like you guys are sharing. It's their peas. It's not his peas or her peas. It's their peas.
It's just funny.
It is. It's gonna be individualatory soon. Under an Eric and Gord government, it will be individualatory that all government employees use the new gender neutral dictionary except for the prime ministers. They don't have to. Everyone else will have to, though.
I wouldn't be able to speak publicly if I had to. I wouldn't be able to stick to the script. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
Yeah.
I catch myself. Actually, I've got someone at work correcting me now, so at least it's catching on. I forget what I said today, and he corrected me. I was like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. Fuck, sorry. When you're right, you're right."
You got me. Thank you for pointing that out.
There's
My
about
fellow
6.
human.
There's 6,000 words with he that have to be changed. Like that's just he.
Wow.
So I'll get
hers and
yeah, you get into her, and then HED. Apparently, any word with head is actually a derivative from the Latin of her. Like so,
really?
So anything that starts with head, it actually technically starts with her. So those all have to be changed.
so like headway is no good.
Yeah, that would be like her way. That's the same as saying her way, apparently.
So be they way.
Yeah, it would have to be their way.
Oh my god! I'm making some good they way on this report.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I want to shoot myself.
You have to do it though. You got to get on board with this before it gets out of hand.
Yeah, because it's not getting out of hand.
Don't want to end up like Marilyn Manson, individual son.
Individual child.
Individual child. See, I fucked it up again.
See, you keep getting it wrong.
Sorry. It's even hard for me, guys, so that's how you know you got to do it.
Yeah, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it already. Come on now.
That's true. It's like I always... Okay, go ahead.
So in a little town in Florida, in the Pinellas County, some hacker had broken into the computer system of a facility that treats water for about 15,000 people in the town of Oldsmar, which is near Tampa. And they tried to add a dangerous level of additive into the water supply remotely.
And it didn't work, I assume?
No, the facility staff were able to thwart the hacker, who gained remote access to TeamViewer software on the employee's computer. And then from there, they just got into each individual part of the system.
TeamViewer?
Team Viewer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not teen. Team.
I was going to say, that's a second story right there. What's
Yeah, right.
going on with this team viewing software?
Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, Team, is that like Microsoft Teams? TeamViewer? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I believe that is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's Microsoft. It's one of the ones that came up to compete sort of against Zoom and whatnot to help. With
we were going to start using that for this show, but it didn't work for us very well.
That's right. I think I still have it on my phone.
Yeah, I probably do too. I still have everything on my phone. I got shit from like years ago. It's just weird because I don't have those phones, but everything transfers. Anyway, yeah, don't stay away from Microsoft. They're scary, and their owner sells viruses. I don't know.
So what this guy did was he tried to increase the amount of sodium hydroxide that was being distributed in the water supply.
Okay. And sodium hydroxide is water.
Sodium, salt water.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Salty water, yeah. It's typically used in small amounts to control the acidity of water, but is dangerous to consume in higher levels. The interesting thing about this, though, is, I mean, let's face it. If they're hitting a small town, you know it's a test run.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Or it's just all they could hack. I mean, they couldn't hack something bigger because they've got better firewalls.
Well, nobody's been arrested so far, but the FBI and Secret Service are involved. Yeah,
good.
I thought that was kind of a neat
Goody, I feel safer now.
thing. Right?
It's funny. They get into stuff all the time. I'm actually part of a group. I don't do any of the challenges I'm supposed to, but I'm learning how to hack. I actually just got a virus, the code for a virus, so I can code a virus now.
Oh, great.
But there's this group that I'm involved with, not very peripherally. I don't do anything I'm supposed to, but I'm too busy doing my own shit. But every week, like, they post what they've hacked and how, and they tell you how, and you get points and stuff for what you've done. You basically just go brag about it, and they test out your code to see if it works. And then they're like, oh yeah, you really did do this. That's awesome. So people are hacking shit all the time. Now, whether they do anything with it or not is not really the point. The point is just to get in. So they're not doing anything dangerous as far as I can tell. That's not the purpose.
Happy smile somewhere.
But someone's doing it for a bad reason. I'm obviously just trying to figure out how I can fuck over a bank and get rich from it. And if that were at all possible, it would have been done. Trust me. Not by me. I mean, if anyone could really do any damage with your banking information, it would have happened by now.
Yeah, no, it's true. Very true.
There's really nothing to freak out about. Like, it sucks when your shit gets stolen, but nothing bad really could happen yet. Nobody's that good.
No. And anybody that is looking to use it for something else, so.
Yeah, but they can't. That's why they hack small towns. If you're a small town, fucking go to a big city and hire a big city computer guy to protect your shit.
Yeah, pretty simple.
That's the first thing I would do is hit small town stuff because they're simple folk.
I remember years ago this little town called Coldwater. It's in the still technically Southern Ontario, but northern part of Southern Ontario, I guess. It's just up sort of north of Barrie.
So you fucking people in Southern Ontario, I love that. You're just the center of the goddamn universe. Oh, it's in northern Southern Ontario. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I mean, it's a tall province. It's a big province. You say Northern Ontario, the people think that means like fucking North Bay and Mattamy and shit. No, we're not that.
Northern
Mattawa,
Southern Ontario. Is that not up north? Yeah, it's in north south.
It's north southeast of there.
Fuck.
But yeah, there's this little town of Coldwater. For 25 years, that town always only had 1,100 people in it. It just sort of maintained that level of people. Very small, tight-knit little community.
That was until they got warm water, and then they were like, fuck this shit, this town's changed too much for us.
No, a bomb went off on the local Scotia Bank. Somebody blew up the fucking front of the Scotia Bank and robbed it.
In a town of 1,100 people?
In a town of 1,100 people.
And they didn't catch him?
Nope.
Can you identify the person who robbed this bank? Yeah, it was Dwayne.
Dwayne, yeah. The officer standing behind you? Him.
There's only 1,100 of us, man. I think I know who it was. We all grabbed together.
We were just hanging out for beers the other night. I thought he was joking.
I was wondering where he got all that money.
He never offers to buy drinks. It's very strange.
Fuck. Well, that's weird. Anyway, what were we? Oh, yeah.
So,
weird.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
I would always hit small towns. You know, like, that's why you hit, if you got a bunch of counterfeit money, you don't go to stores. They got things for that. You go to fucking garage sales, buy something for 50 cents, pay with your counterfeit 20, walk away with your 1950 and change. You're still up 1950.
That's right. No bank will give you those fucking rates.
I'm not recommending that, obviously. That would be terrible. And I can't help you with your counterfeit money, but send me an email. I'll tell you what not to do with it. GwynethPaltrowsVagina@gmail.com. tell you how to dispose of that shit legally.
That's right. Garage sales. We talked a little bit about this yesterday or the day before about Trump's impeachment.
Yeah, some good stuff going on.
So I have it listed down to basically two main points here. So basically, because like what Eric and I were sort of talking about was the fact that like you can't impeach a non-president. He's out of office. You can't impeach him while he's out of office. Well, you can.
Apparently.
Sort of. And that's what they're trying. So what it is the House impeachment manager has argued that Trump's campaign of misinformation to overturn the victory of President Joe Biden and his comments to supporters before the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6th amounted to incitement of insurrection.
Did you see the video they showed? It's pretty fucking damning.
Oh, well.
It's basically Trump saying exactly what they did before they did it.
Yep.
We're going to walk to Capitol Hill and there's going to be a guy with horns and the lady's going to get shot in the neck. No, he didn't say any of that.
He didn't quite go that far.
But it's basically like he said before they did it exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for his side.
Now, Trump's defense has argued that he cannot be convicted after leaving office, number one. And the second thing is that his words are protected as free speech.
I don't think inciting violence is protected.
But technically, he did not say to do anything violently. Technically, he didn't.
I think
it was all over it.
Doesn't
but
matter.
Technically, he didn't say take it by all means necessary by force.
I don't know how specific you have to be in America. I know in Canada you got to be stupid specific before the crown gets you on that stuff, but I don't know. I think America, especially people who are not happy with the 4 years of terror that this guy imposed on their goddamn country, there could be a real Trump-hating judge out there who just goes, yeah, it's all good. It's all fair game.
It's fine.
That's the bad thing about our justice system is really it's the judge has all the power, and if he says it goes, it goes. You can say, "Oh, you can't do this," but if the judge says you can, you can.
Yeah, there's not much. Yeah, there's nothing you can do at that point. So it was weird. So the proceedings today, they focused on the constitutionality of holding impeachment proceedings for a former president, with 4 hours of debate allocated to the issue.
Yeah. See, the problem is this is precedent setting. This kind of shit has never happened in history. So they don't have a lot of reference to go back on, and that's all. That's what lawyers depend on, right? It's all precedents.
That's right.
And there is no precedent for this kind of crazy fucking stupid shit. Because no one in 350 years has ever done something so stupid and fucking crazy. Just so you guys know, that's who you voted for. 350 years they couldn't come up with another fucking psychopath like this.
Well, the good news is hopefully we won't have to deal with another one for another 350 years. So,
in a perfect world,
hopefully. So now that the majority has voted to proceed, the prosecutors and defense will each have 16 hours to present their cases.
Ooh!
So they each get 16 hours to plead their side, and then they make the decision after that.
2 whole days. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably be 4 days, 8 hours each day.
That would be 2 days.
Yeah.
16 hours is 2 times 8.
Yeah, 16 hours each though.
Yeah. So it's 2 days per side.
Yeah, 2
That's
days.
not.
Sorry,
That's
side.
not.
That's right.
That's not a lot of time to sum up 4 years of fucking crazy, stupid shit.
No.
Because it's not like this all took place on one day and that's what they're going after him for. It's got to be a pattern, I would imagine, they're trying to establish.
See, I know
if not, then I should be down there helping them.
Right? I know the one thing that Trump's defense will be is quite simply, the fact that the Democrats have openly stated that there is absolutely zero voter fraud.
Yeah.
Was one of the things. There's zero voter fraud. No, we all know that is actually impossible in any election. There is always a 1 to 2% of not necessarily voter fraud, but the wrong things getting, like, dead people getting fucking votes and things like that. It happens in every election. It's just
sure,
happens.
but that doesn't
it's
give him right to do with what anything that he did it's still not justified by the Democrats said there was no voter fraud, and we know there's 2% voter fraud, so we decided to burn down the fucking city. I think you went kind of too far on that.
I'm not here to argue that.
The Democrats falsified their numbers, so we shot this bitch in the throat. Oh, probably too extreme for most people there.
I thought that was amazing.
This whole thing is just fucking, I can't believe every American isn't just walking with their head down in shame. Not just for what Trump did, but for what everyone's doing because of what Trump did. Like, your whole country just looks like a bunch of fucking clowns. I hope you know that. God bless you. I love all of you. But your country looks stupid.
I love the fact that Trump's lawyers are saying that the impeachment article has to be dismissed because of a total lack of due process. Yeah, no. I don't think you get to say there is a complete lack of due process here.
They've been talking about it for 4 years.
Like, this is the second time. Like, this isn't
the rhetoric has been, like, since his first year in office, like, there will be people waiting with handcuffs when he gets out of office. Like, they've been saying that for the whole time he was in office. Back when he said that whole, I could walk down the street and shoot somebody. No, you can't. And you could get in trouble for saying that. That's inciting violence, idiot. You can't.
I'm betting that if Trump does not get impeached, if for whatever reason, if he doesn't get impeached, I bet you his next step will be to walk down dead center New York City and shoot a guy in the head on the news.
Oh, probably.
See, I will not get into trouble for this.
That's what his ultimate defense is going to be when they put him on the stand. But I'm Trump.
I'm the smartest man here. I'm smarter than every one of you.
Better than America. Yeah, it does. It's Trumperica now.
I know more words than you.
It's the United States of Trumperica. I changed it. I don't know why that's my Trump impersonation, which is awesome because it's not far off from my George Bush impersonation. Most Americans just sound like that in my head. I'm American. Where's my gun?
Here's my gun. Oh, man.
Oh,
speaking of, there is a guy in the States, a family in the States, where their house got robbed twice in, 3 weeks, I think, by armed, masked robbers.
Well,
break in, tie them up, hog tie them. The first time they got fucking robbed, they stole sort of a whole bunch of shit. Well, the second time when it just happened, now the guy has like cameras set up in his house, and they have video footage of it.
All they stole was the cameras.
No, but this time all they stole was a safe key.
Okay.
But they don't know where the safe is, what the safe is, like what's in the safe, or anything else. That information is just nobody's talking about that.
So that just means they'll be back.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. That's the thing that makes sense.
But the whole armed by masked people, that's not a thing anymore. So you can't even. They were wearing masks. Well, yeah, everybody fucking is.
I think the difference now is if their like eyes are kind of covered.
I've been telling people, like, it's not a good idea to actively conceal people's identities. Like, when they commit crimes, what are you going to do? I wasn't kidding.
He was wearing a blue mask. Great.
I think I was joking. Like, this shit's going to happen. The economy's worse than it's ever been. We're in Great Depression times. We just won't fucking admit it because and people are going to start robbing shit, and we're all in masks.
But yet, you know what's strange in the Toronto and the GTA here, house sales have gone up by 56% over last year.
Yeah, people are selling.
Well, sales, but yeah, I mean, it's just weird how the economy's gone down, but for some reason, none of the experts, even the experts, are like, we don't get this. Like, we don't understand how is what, who's buying these houses. That should be the big question. Who's buying them?
Chinese investors.
Which 5 people are buying these houses?
Chinese investors are buying the houses. People are trying to flee Toronto in droves because it's scary as shit.
Yep.
And the Chinese will pay top dollar for your house.
Yeah, they
And
don't
we
care.
we can import the empty homes tax or whatever. They just pay it. They don't give a shit.
Lots of money.
They're laundering Mexican drug money. Laundering Mexican drug money. They got tons of cash now.
No, it's true. It's very true.
The world is sick, man.
Did you hear about the 2 big drug busts here in Ontario?
I did. I heard something about them. I didn't really pay much attention because I don't care. It's Ontario.
Well, this one I just like the one that just happened. What happened was
I care about you, Ontario. I can't wait to visit this summer. Sorry, I don't know why I said that before. Take it all back.
Because Ontarians are used to it. We don't care.
I'll edit that out.
But yeah, there's this regular fucking highway cop had caught a guy speeding doing 160 on the fucking on the QEW on the highway, and he had so they pulled him over for fucking speeding, and they found fentanyl and coke in the vehicle, and so when they pressed them for information, they gave up 3 houses that they were doing deliveries to, and one of the 3 houses ended up netting them $19 million worth of fentanyl,
Jesus.
all disguised as OxyContin.
How much fentanyl is that? Oh my God.
A lot. So, and that was that one. There was another bust that happened a few weeks ago, pretty similar in size of the major bust. So, I mean, these guys are dead. You gave up three of the houses that netted that. You're dead.
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
You'll be in protective custody forever, and you should be thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because if you ever get out, you're fucked. And probably even in there, you're fucked. $19 million. My God.
Yeah.
Wonder how much of that was coming to Vancouver. That's what I hate. Everyone's blaming the Chinese and stuff, but this shit is being produced in Canada by Canadians. Yep. Fucking animals.
So here's the thing. I'm just reading this one here. Oh no, that was
my coworker just lost
There's a big one in June. Oh really?
Fuck. It just keeps. It's not getting any better. It's just not getting reported anymore. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a big one in June where they got like 123,000 fentanyl pills and 70 kilograms of fentanyl powder. They've just been sort of busting it like quite a bit lately, and I'm trying to find, for some reason, I'm just not seeing the one that just happened. It's not.
You know what sucks about them busting or discovering those 123,000 pills?
What?
The next day, there was 123,000 more pills.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And if you take those, there'll be 123,000 pills the day after that. You cannot stay ahead of these fuckers. No.
So yeah, there was one that just happened on February 4th was one that just happened here. $3.6 million worth.
Jesus Christ.
He had 1,000 fentanyl tablets, 25 grams of coke, and $1,400 in cash.
Fuck. I don't even know what a gram of coke goes for these days, but I'm sure it's not cheap.
Yeah, no, I'd have to assume not. So yeah, so it's just getting a big bag of fucking craziness, and no getting around that.
Yeah, it's been a hot topic on this show for a long, long time. The war on drugs has failed miserably. We've lost. Let's find a new approach. This is ridiculous. We can't just keep doing the cat and mouse thing while real people are dying every fucking day.
Yeah.
Vancouver went from one safe injection site to fucking now there's one on every block, and they're all unsanctioned. They're all illegal, but nobody cares anymore. They're just sick of people dying, they can't beat it. We can't beat this fucking fentanyl shit. We have to change our approach and get it the fuck off the streets.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
care if it does give
absolutely.
everyone free heroin. Who gives a fuck at this point? It costs so much less to give out free heroin than it's costing us to do this fake war on drugs that we never win, we never get ahead of. Oh, it drives me fucking
It's
crazy.
just insane. Like, it really is. Like, and what I don't understand, like, so the thing that blows my mind with the whole thing is as a drug dealer, why? You're losing customers.
You're not.
Like,
You will never run out of customers. That's what I keep trying to tell you. There's just like the pills, the customers are reproducing daily. All over the world. There's always another one. You'll never run out of addicts.
Fucking hell.
You could, and it doesn't matter because the amount you make off that one sale is enough to kill 5 people. You don't care if 5 people die. You're making 10 times what you used to.
Yeah.
So if I make 10 times what I would by killing you, I don't mind. I'm only losing one customer.
And probably because of his death, you're going to create 10 more new customers just because of their death.
Yeah. It starts a vicious circle. The fucking, people get depressed, so they do a big shot, bigger than normal. And that's all it takes. Just, whoop, you're done.
Fucking hell. So this $3.5 million bust. So it turns out when I said 19 million, I was way off. This is the largest fentanyl bust.
Oh, I thought that was 3.5 on top of the 19. See, that's a totally different story now.
Yeah. Here's why. Here's where I got the 19 from. Because it was 20. It's 20,000 fentanyl pills, 100 kilograms of cutting agents, 400 pounds of an unknown powder, 160 grams of coke, and $150,000 worth of equipment.
Talcum powder. Guaranteed it's talcum powder.
Yeah, probably. So in the Niagara region, this is the largest fentanyl bust in the Niagara region.
Wow.
In history so far.
Yeah, the last biggest one was Edmonton. A couple years ago, they did a huge one in Edmonton. That's when they realized it's not China. It's like because they busted a factory that was making it, a manufacturer, illegal manufacturer.
Well, the neat thing about this was we actually heard about a report coming up on one of the scanners, and we actually caught a live thing of it from this. There's this web page that my girlfriend follows, and it's always just like the latest of as soon as something gets broadcast on the police banner, they're posting it.
You listen to a police scanner when you're not on this show, and you don't ever talk about that on this show. Like, how much more real could your news get than you're listening to the fucking news happening as it's happening?
Because you never hear anything whatsoever. All you hear about is police officer dispatch. You don't really get much out of it. You got to have somebody on the ground to actually follow them to find it.
Well, why aren't you
most of
doing,
these
what are you
dispatching ones
doing
are
that you
so
can't go
boring.
follow them? You're never doing anything that'll get in your car and go.
Well, this one in particular, we heard where there the police presence on this particular stretch of road.
If I had a car, I'd be following cops all night. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, you probably get pulled over for that.
Not if you're good.
It's true. But yeah, so that was actually one of the things we caught. Like, it's not something we follow all the time. It just happened to be. There's some big presence on this road. And then we find out 2 days later that it was this fucking guy that they had pulled over for speeding. Ended up fucking releasing a massive bust.
That's cool. Someone, interestingly, speaking of stuff like that, and I don't know the end of it, it's kind of just a developing story, but there's been these posts on social media about a guy in a van trying to abduct a couple of girls in Penticton, which is about an hour outside of Kelowna, if you don't know. Now it's just come to light. Like, they looked a little weird, and I was kind of whatever about it. And it turns out allegedly so far that the posts are actually fake. Someone's just trying to get people riled up and putting fake posters of fake abductions happening. So stick around. I'll follow it more once I hear more. But that's almost as bad as actually abducting people, I think. Just getting the public freaked out like that. Very weird. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know what the fun in that kind of a prank is.
Yeah, no, I don't quite get that either.
But keep you posted on that. It's very interesting because at first everyone was like freaked out about this guy in a van. They're like, "Who is this guy?" And it turns out maybe there is no guy. So we'll see. It's interesting because the thing with when you do bullshit like this is you always get caught and it always comes out. You know, it's like people who fake their own abductions and stuff. They always get caught. Someone who lies about anything, they'll catch you sooner or later. Like the what was it, a swimmer or who was it, the one down in Mexico, they like fucked up the gas station and then he said they got robbed.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, someone robbed us, and it turned out it was him.
Probably because he was in Mexico and he said a black guy did it. Probably was downfall.
Yeah, something like that. Did you say it was a Mexican? No, I said it was a black guy. What are you thinking?
You were fuck.
Anyway,
that's so good.
The world's getting weird. Though this year, like I've said, 2021 is going to be. You thought 2020 was fucked. Now we're in the aftermath of 2020. Watch how fucked that's going to be.
Yeah. We're literally in the year of hold my beer and watch this.
We're in the year of
that's
what
this year.
The fuck? You're going to hear a lot of that. Maybe that'll be the new theme of the show. Eric and Gord, what if we're right? What the fuck?
I think we might just have a winner there.
I think this year it's going to be Eric and Gord. I hope to fuck I'm not right. That's going to be the new title of the show because goddamn do I ever hope I'm not right about a lot of stuff right now.
Some terrifying shit that's starting to come true, man. It's freaking me out.
It's a terrifying year. It's going to be a fucked up year. Speaking of which, I got to send you something.
Okay.
It's kind of funny.
While you're doing that. Okay.
It's from last year.
Oh, okay. I have this thing here, just like on from history, and I'm trying to understand the wording. It says, on this day in 1814, Napoleon personally directs lightning strikes against enemy columns advancing towards Paris, beginning with a victory over the Russians at Champaubert. He personally directs lightning strikes?
I'm assuming that's a terminology thing. It's not he controls the lightning.
I don't remember ever hearing about Napoleon having control of the weather. I don't remember that being a thing for him. Did he have Thor's hammer with him? Like, what happened? How does that happen?
No, I think it's probably kind of like the Blitzkrieg in Germany. It's probably a term.
Personally directs lightning strikes. That's just such a very
look up lightning strikes and find out what it means. It's a term like Blitzkrieg.
Never heard that term before.
You're not French and you weren't around when Napoleon was. It makes sense that you're not familiar. But it's not he was directing the sky to rain lightning down. That's not how that works. It's not how weather works. Weather people might tell you that's how the weather works, but it's not. Would you shut up?
That's because what the hell was that?
It's the world directing a lightning strike on me.
It was used in terms of the Holocaust.
It sounds so pretty when you put it that way. Oh, the Holocaust. That was a lovely time.
But that was known as the Lightning War. But
deck the halls with boughs of Holocaust.
It's just so bad. I'm not want to talk about this anymore. Look, I've just done horrible things.
You don't want to talk about the Holocaust?
No.
Tell me about the Holocaust, puppy. Oh, Oh, it was
It was a
wonderful time.
gas.
When Napoleon,
He had Thor's hammer. It was very
he had
interesting
Thor's
time.
hammer and he made it rain lightning.
I'm reading this like 4 times over. I'm thinking, just why that wording? It's just so weird. Why not use blitzkrieg? Why not use that term? Everybody knows that
German
one.
term. It's
This is so
German.
funny.
He wouldn't have used a German term, but I'm sure it's something that means something like that.
Yeah.
But the Holocaust was a little after his Napoleon's time. So.
Yeah, a little bit. By about 130 years.
2000, that's right, about 2030.
About 2000. I think my brain's starting to shut off.
I think you're right. We've been going a good long time anyway. It's already 9 o'clock. Jesus, well, so that's midnight for you.
Yes, sir. And I gotta be up at 5:30.
Yeah, me too. I leave for work at 5:30, so I'm up. And I will be going to bed a lot later than you, because that's what I do.
Yep.
I want to show you guys a clip of my new favorite thing, and I just to end the show on this because I think it's brilliant. And I've been dying for 2 days to play some of this for you guys at home. So if you can hear it, this is my new favorite toothpaste commercial.
Taste that? That's the inside of an unwashed human mouth. Yuck. Hi, I'm Roger Horton, and if you're like me, sometimes your mouth tastes almost turd-like. I'd like you to combat the naturally offensive taste of your own body with a delicious goo that you're not, for some reason, allowed to eat. It's easy. Simply rub this mix of sand, detergent, and flavoring agents on your teeth twice a day, every day for the rest of your life. And despite the fact there are no definitive studies to support the practice, dentists agree that you should feel guilty if you don't.
Okay, but if you miss like one day, I'm sure it's not like a big...
And could you just shut up for 2 minutes? Hum happy birthday to yourself a couple of times. That helps you time it out. To yourself, you maniac! We can't afford that shit. Now, sure, the main purpose of this goo is to get rid of all that awful mouth taste. Me. But it also acts as a fluoride delivery system, even though we already deliver fluoride to you in your drinking water. We've also added sodium lauryl sulfate, an ingredient which does nothing at all but create foaming bubbles. Research tells us you associate with that clean feeling, not to be confused with actually being clean. Of course, the only ingredient that toothpaste actually uses to scour the gunk off your mouth bones is the abrasive hydrated silica. You may recognize it from those little packets labeled "Do Not Eat." Now, I could say stuff like 9 out of 10 experts recommend our particular flavor of mouth goo, but that'd be a lie. In reality, every out of all dentists don't care what kind of mouth goo you use. You can call it whitening, tartar control, cavity protection, or Mega Sudsy Sparkle Jesus Gel. It's all the same. Honestly, just pick the package that most exemplifies your worldview. Speaking of packaging, how do you like that goo tube? See, we've cleverly packaged your mouth-bone sand in such a way that you'll always throw away about 10% of it and have regular arguments about it with your mate. The trick is to roll it up from the bottom. It doesn't matter anyway. What's actually important when it comes to dental health is taking a flavored string and scraping plaque off the sides of each tooth. Unless it isn't. No one is actually totally sure. But you're not going to bother regardless, right? Of course not. Now spit. That's good lubricant for your toothbrush to scrape off bits of food, even though you might not technically need to. And if the taste of your own glottal opening isn't sufficiently eradicated, try some Horton brand burn water. It washes out your mouth just like an antiseptic for surgery would, because that's what it was originally used for. Only now we drink it. Why not? The pain lets you know that no one knows whether it's working.
Oh, God, that's brilliant.
That's so good.
Oh, I
So
love
good.
them. That's the actually put out by the guys who made Cracked magazine.
Really?
The alternative.
It sounded
to
like
Mad.
Dennis Miller.
No, it's a weird old guy. But-
I thought it was Dennis Miller at first.
Absolutely just amazing. And there's one for every topic you could think of. I will play them for the rest of the year. I'll play a different one every night just to show you guys.
So good.
The one about milk, it will blow your mind. You could call it sparkly fucking Jesus juice or Jesus gel. It doesn't matter. There's another one about coffee that's brilliant. Credit cards, cell phones. He's done every topic. And everything he says in them is 100% true.
That's so good.
I love them. I want to try to get these guys on the show. Something to do with them on our show because they're funny and they know the truth. And if there's one thing Gordon and I like, it's funny and truth.
That's right.
Anyway.
Speaking of truth, by the way, I actually had a moment at a person on this Chef Knife fan page that I'm on, and a person had, shut up. And a person had just posted a picture of these knives. It was like a full sort of a kind of like that barbecue set thing that I had before. He's like, does anybody know anything about this? I don't recognize the name. And the one thing it says it has the Soligen stamp on. And all these people are saying that, it's garbage, blah, blah. And I just sort of, and I'm like, look, as far as the industry runs, Soligen steel is still one of the top steels. And that's sort of one of my sort of explanation. And a lot of people sort of liked it and sort of commented saying, oh, no, I appreciate that. I didn't know that. And then all of a sudden these two guys come up and they both said very respectively and very nicely, actually, one guy was like, I live in Belgium. And I'm telling you right now, what you're saying used to be true, but isn't true anymore.
Yeah, I've heard
There's
that.
actually very little steel being made in Soligen. And they've just, that rule that they used to have that set up for doesn't exist anymore. So people are just, you can get stuff that's made in China that's got the Soligen stamp on it and all this open. So you really need to know your metallurgy in order to know what you're getting. And so I did a little bit of back research. And
I was put in my place by someone at Summit Tools who was very offended because I took what little knowledge I've learned from you and tried to use it. The guy was like, no.
No.
I was like, all right, fuck that shit.
Yeah. So I went out publicly and I tagged the two guys in and I just said, look, thanks for teaching an old blog new tricks. I had no idea this is what I was taught a few years ago and everything else. And we ended up having this really good conversation between the group of us, just sort of saying like, the guy's like, hey, look, I appreciate you not like getting offended by this. I'm like, well, no, how do you get offended when it's the truth? Like,
yeah,
you not get offended by the truth. Thanks for showing me the way.
Yeah,
and the people were just commenting. People were just like, I can't believe that you did research, you verified what they said is true, and then you thanked them for studying his trade. That doesn't happen anymore. It's a breath of fresh air. I'm like, well,
yeah, that's what's supposed to happen, though. That's how the world's supposed to be. We're so far off that we don't remember that, but some of us do, and some of us think we could return to that if we just had some basic fucking individualers.
Yeah.
But nobody has we don't teach our kids individualers anymore.
No.
That's manners for those of you who aren't up to speed. That would be what you used to refer to as manners.
Yes, individualers. Or if you're a Trudeau fan, it's humaners.
But one thing Gordon and I are all about is learning. I think that's a big part of this show. We always love having guests that are kind of out of our comfort zone because we learn from them. Yeah. And that's what we're all about. And yeah, you would be thankful. Like, no one wants to walk around passing off false information like Trump.
But the weird thing is I actually have friends that actually willingly do that.
Oh, yeah, everyone
I don't care if this is false or not, but I mean, most people don't admit to it. Like, I actually have friends that admit to it. Yeah, I don't care. You don't listen to what I'm saying. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Well, then why would you, then why do it?
That's just who people are nowadays.
If you don't want to learn, what's the point of being alive? Just die and fucking end it all.
It's like people say, though, the truth just gets in the way of Facebook.
Yeah. I caught a very funny post. It was done as a what do you call it? As a Banksy art, and it said, oh fuck, what was it? If enough people believe in a lie, and it says that makes it that makes it true, and the true is crossed out, and underneath it says that makes it newsworthy.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
or journalism. That's what it is. That makes it journalism. I'm like, that's funny.
If enough people believe it a lie, that makes it true. Those statements all week.
That's great.
That's good stuff. All right, kids, I'm going to let this poor old man go to sleep, and I will talk to you tomorrow. We'll have a really good Wednesday blowout show for you. A good end of the week awesomeness show with news and funny, exciting stuff.
Yep.
So stick around until then. And please, for the love of God, take care of each other.
And if you firmly believe that it is okay...
Loved what you've heard on this week's
pass around
episode?
false
Well,
information
the answer
willingly,
is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.